It's a Minimalist Monday edition of Optimal Living Daily, episode 1725, 3 Ways Mindfulness Simplifies Life by Catherine Beard with SimplyFiercely.com, and I'm Justin Malik. Happy Monday and welcome back to Optimal Living Daily, or the OLD podcast, where I read to you from some of the best blogs I can find and get permission from, mostly covering personal development and minimalism on this show. We cover a bunch of other topics in the Optimal Living Daily podcast network, which includes 4 other shows. Definitely subscribe to those if you like this one. Just search for Optimal Living Daily to find them. For now, let's get right to it and start optimizing your life. 3 Ways Mindfulness Simplifies Life by Catherine Beard with SimplyFiercely.com. A few years ago, I felt massively overwhelmed with life. Though nothing particularly overwhelming was going on, I felt like there was something weighing me down. The days seemed to merge into each other, and I was going through the motions of my daily routine without even noticing what I was doing. As I searched endlessly on the internet for ways to make myself feel calmer, I came across the likes of Marie Kondo, Light by Coco, and Caroline Rector of Unfancy.com. All 3 of these ladies had something in common. They spoke of how minimalism and downsizing can greatly improve your life. Though I was never the type of person to hold on to sentimental stuff, I had clothes in my closet that still had the tags on them because I told myself I might wear them someday. I had moved around a few times in the previous years and only realized how much stuff I owned when it came time to pack everything up. Once I learned about minimalism, I was convinced that downsizing would be the answer to all of my problems. After all, maybe the clutter around me was weighing me down. I immediately started to declutter everything. I pared down my belongings and embraced a capsule wardrobe. I dubbed 2015 the year of less, and I felt great about the way my stuff wasn't overwhelming me anymore. Of course, things didn't stay that way forever. There was a part of me that thought, I still feel overwhelmed. I was convinced that minimalism would make my life feel perfect because it was simple. Because I got rid of the stuff that didn't bring me joy, I thought I'd instantly feel more joy. The naivety of the situation was that I still had a lot of work to do on myself beyond the things I owned. Though my life looked calmer and clutter-free on the outside, I was still overwhelmed and anxious on the inside. Don't get me wrong, there are so many benefits to downsizing, but there's also some inner work that needs to take place in order to appreciate what we have once we've simplified. I'm not sure of the exact moment when I learned about the concept of mindfulness, but as soon as I did, it changed everything for me. Mindfulness means living in the current moment without worrying about the future or the past. Once I understood this concept, I recognized that the overwhelm and worry in my life, the kind that couldn't be eradicated by decluttering my stuff, was caused because I was living in the future. Over the years that I've been living a more mindful lifestyle, life has felt a little simpler. Because I know we all dream of simpler and calmer lives, I'm sharing 3 ways that mindfulness has helped me live more simply on a deeper level. Mindfulness helps me identify my priorities. Mindfulness helps me to clearly see what's important. Since getting started with mindfulness, my headspace has become a lot clearer. Mindfulness has helped me to discern between actual problems and ones I don't really need to worry about. I've better identified what's important to me because I can think more clearly without getting distracted by outside noise. I've also become more mindful about what I let into my mental and physical space, and I've set clearer boundaries on what I'm willing to spend time and money on. Mindfulness helps me making better decisions. I no longer feel so torn about whether I should do this or that. I've been able to tune into my intuition and know what feels right to me, rather than going back and forth on decisions like, should I buy this or should I attend that party? I have a better sense of who I am and what I stand for, which means it's simpler to make decisions. Mindfulness helps me feel more content with what I already have. Mindfulness has helped me to leave behind the idea that I need new things all the time. As someone who used to spend countless hours at the mall and online browsing, I know how exciting it can feel to buy new things. Of course, new things are exciting, but I've become a lot more content with what I already have in my life. Because mindfulness encourages me to live in the current moment, I spend less time worrying about adding new things into my life and more time enjoying what I already have. If you've been struggling with overwhelm and wondering why life doesn't feel quite as simple as you'd like it to be, consider making mindfulness part of your routine. Living in the moment is a lot easier said than done, but it's definitely worth the effort. You just listened to the post titled 3 Ways Mindfulness Simplifies Life by Catherine Beard with SimplyFiercely.com. And thank you to Catherine. She's a guest writer on Simply Fiercely and an intentional living blogger, mindset coach, and creator of The Blissful Mind, an online guide to help you find calm in your daily life. You can find more about her at theblissfulmind.com. And for me, mindfulness is a never-ending practice, and it comes and goes. You can't be fully present in the moment all the time. Otherwise, you'd basically be like all the other animals on the planet. So there's no goal of always being present, but the better you are at practicing it, the easier it becomes to determine when it's best to come back and be present, which is a really great skill to have. At least that's from my own experience. And with that, I hope your week is off to a great start. Thank you for being here and listening to me. Thank you for sharing the show. And I'll be back tomorrow reading to you where your optimal life awaits.